Good morning, Year 5, and welcome back to another week of maths. We're carrying on with our position and direction topic. But before we begin, I'd just like to let you know that on Education City, I've set you some tasks to revisit the concept of time, because I know this is quite tricky. I'd like you to take some time over the course of this week to attempt these activities. So please don't just ignore the other lessons on the website and just do Education City, because there's quite a lot on there. Just do a few every day, just to remind yourself about time, and remember to do the lessons on the website as well. That would be great, thank you. So let's have some rapid fire fractions revision. I've put 4 questions here, really quick ones from an arithmetic paper. I know you've been practicing arithmetic papers every week at home, so these should be easy. I'll give you some time, and then when you're ready, move on to the next slide for the answers. And here are our answers. If you're having any problems with fraction questions, you can always email your teacher and ask if they could help you to solve the problems that you've got. But I'm thinking probably lots of you are getting now super confident with these sorts of questions because we've been practicing them so often. Well done if you are. So today's learning objective is to use reflection with coordinates. So practicing the skills that we've been using during this topic. And our key skills are exactly that. The first one is to read the coordinates of the vertices of a shape and its reflection. And the second key skill is to write the coordinates of a shape's reflection. So here's our first question. It's already been reflected on the mirror line. Okay, and what I've done is I've labelled each of the vertices that we need to find the coordinates for on both of the shapes. So this should be relatively easy for you. So if we look at shape A, position A is at 1, 8, and I've remembered to put the coordinates in the brackets with the x-axis position first, followed by the y-axis, and a comma in between, remembering along the corridor and up the stairs. For shape B, position A is at 7, 8. And shape A, position B is at 3, 8. Now, one thing I've learnt while trying to produce a video for this is that you've got to really remember to go to the right shape and the right position, because they're labelled A and B, and we've also got vertices labelled A and B. And shape B, position B, is at 9, 8. You can stop the video now and you can carry on with the rest of those coordinates to practice. Okay, here's another sort of question that we've got. I've put the question, what would be the sensible strategy to begin with if we need to find the coordinates of shape A, shape B, and the positions of the vertices? Well, a sensible strategy would be first to label shape A's vertices with A, B, and C, just to show that we know which points are which, and it will make it easier to read the coordinates. So shape A is the shape that's being reflected, but I can see that point A is at 2, 8, and point A on shape B is at 6, 8. Again, let's have a look at shape A, and point B is at 1, 5. And for shape B, the coordinate is 7, 5. I'll let you have a go at the coordinates for C on both shapes, and then when you're ready, move on. And you can have a go at finding the coordinates of shape A for me that's been reflected. And you've got points A, B, C, and D. When you're ready, unpause the video, and I've got the answers on the next slide. And here you go. Here are the answers for you. Hope you got them all right. So for our second skill, we're looking at writing the coordinates of the shape's reflection, but this time it's not been reflected for us. So first thing, what do we do first? Well, I think we need to label the vertices for shape A. So I'm going to label them A, B, C, and D. And finally, E. Sorry, my writing's not very neat with the computer's mouse. What will we need to do next? Well, we're going to need to draw the reflection, okay? So that will help us with the coordinates. Without that, it's going to be very tricky. You can use a mirror to help you to check that you've done this correctly. I'm just going to try and draw that as neatly as I can for you, Year 5. Please bear with me. Right down there. While I'm drawing this, I'm counting the squares really carefully to make sure that I'm getting this correct. And we're going up, just looking one square, and that looks correct. And now I'm going to label each of these points exactly as they are shown on here. A, B will be here, C is at the lowest point, D is near to the mirror line, and E is here. Now I'll be able to find all of the coordinates of the reflected shape. A, I can see is at 6, 6. B, you can see I'm using my along the corridor and up the stairs. B is at 7, 5. C is at 6, 2. D is at 5, 3. And E is at 5, 5. Let's have a look at the next question. Okay, again, I've got a shape that I need to reflect and find the coordinates. So I've put the steps to success here to help us to do this. So step 1 is to label the vertices. I can do that. Let's start here with A, B, C, D, E, and F. Step 2, okay, is to reflect the shape on the mirror line. Again, you can use the mirror to help you. I'm going to try and do that as carefully as I can, making sure that I get it correct for you. Oh. No, I can see already that I've counted incorrectly, so I'm going to go back. Can you see where I've made my mistake here, 5? I've only got 1 square here from the mirror line and not 2, so I'm going to take those lines away and start again. You might find this will happen to you, and while you're checking, you can see where you're making your mistakes. That's looking better. Got a line there, and there. Let's just put that one in. There we go. Now that looks much better. Now I need to label these vertices. Now I've got to remember that I need to label them really carefully. A and D, of course, are quite easy. Now I'm looking at the vertices nearest to the mirror line. So I've got B here, where it's been reflected, and C here. And of course, this will then be E down here and F. I'm labelling it underneath so it's clear, but you could always do yours in the shape. My writing's a little bit large. And now step 4 would be to find the coordinates. And I can see that the coordinates of the shape that we've reflected for A is 2, 1, B is 3, 2, C is 5, 2, D is 7, 1, and E is 5, 0, and F is 3, 0. Obviously, you'd need to write those down. I haven't got a lot of space on my screen, so forgive me. I've not done that for you this time, but it's important to look at the steps to success while we're doing this. Okay, so it's your turn to have a go, please. This question can be found with the lessons, questions and answers on the website. So I'm going to leave the steps to success up on the screen for you to use. Good luck. When you're ready, unfreeze and I'll show you the answer. Okay, and here are the coordinates of shape A, and shape B is the shape that you will have drawn and hopefully marked the points on and found the points. Well done if you've got them all correct. So it's your turn now to practice the skills that we've just looked at. I'd like you to complete bronze and silver and then check your answers, correcting any mistakes that you've made, just like you would if you were at school. And then you can move on to gold. Now the gold question looks like this. There are 3 mistakes for you to identify. Okay, and then you can move on to the platinum and emerald questions as well. When you've finished doing all of those and you're ready, you can check your answers and then just spend a few moments to reflect on your learning for today and how confident do you feel with reflecting and finding the coordinates. Well, I hope you've enjoyed the lesson and I will speak to you again tomorrow for the next lesson on position and direction. Take care, Year 5, and I'll speak to you soon.